Good Monday morning. Come on into Devo's Entertainment Nook because you had an exciting Friday night, didn't you?
Teddy Swims, Grammy-nominated. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to meet this guy, man. He is such a talented artist. Originally from Georgia, and he did different bands and vibes when it comes to music when he was younger and tried different paths, but, wasn't always successful with it. He was just nominated for Best New Artist at this past year's Grammys. He is a talented and very soulful singer. That is some footage from his concert at Coca-Cola Coliseum, which he broke the record for most tickets sold for a live event at Coca-Cola Coliseum. I remember I hosted the World Wushu Championships several years ago in that building, and there was 7,000 people there. The capacity is 7,779. He sold this place out, making it the biggest amount of tickets sold for a live event there.
That voice of his, though, he could go to Scotiabank too. You know what I mean?
I think that's going to be the next thing, right?
Next progression.
And he's been doing this tour. It's called the I Tried Everything But Therapy North American Tour. That's the name of the albums, part 1 and part 2 that he's done. His biggest YouTube track, because he started stuff on YouTube, is Shania's You're Still the One, his cover of that. Back in 2019, 2020 when he was doing that. That's where people got familiar with him. That has over 217 million views. He performed it that night, but everyone knows his song Lose Control, which went to #1, which is a massive hit for him. Here is our conversation backstage. Teddy Swims and I at Coca-Cola Coliseum. What was the moment for you? Because I know you talk about musical theater and you're like, man, I wasn't great when I started with this instrument, But what was that moment where you're like, oh, I might be able to do something, or this is what I want to do now?
I think the first moment that set it on fire for me, I wasn't good at singing by any means then, but it was the 2007 Warped Tour. So in 9th grade, I'd be 15 years old. I remember seeing Coheed and Cambria, Claudio Sanchez, the singer of that band. He did a stage dive, and I remember grabbing his hair and being like, dude, it smells like strawberries, and that just was seeing Chiodo, seeing Circle Survive and Anthony Green. It was like, that day set me on fire forever. Be like, I gotta be that. I gotta be a rock star. I gotta get tattoos, and I gotta crowd surf. I never crowd surf. I think I'm a little too big for it personally, but I don't think I'll do that. I don't think Teddy Swims fans are crowd surfing fans. You know what I'm saying? But I almost find out. I almost made it.
There's only one way to find out.
I almost got everything I wanted except for the. I don't even think I could. I don't even think I had the balls for it anyway. So.
Tour, of course, Tried Everything But Therapy, part 1 to part 2. How would you describe Teddy from part 1 to Teddy now after part 2?
Part 1, I was really going through a really rough time emotionally and spiritually, and just everything in my life. I was coming out of a bad relationship, and I think between 1 and 2, I'd fallen in love again, getting ready to be a daddy now, and went to therapy, which has really been awesome, and just did a lot of self-work and learning to that I was worthy of love and deserving of love, and that I learned to love myself, and I think the reason why I wanted to do 2 was kind of to show that growth, because there's a lot more love in it, and it kind of shows the progress of it does get better on the other side of heartbreak. It just turns. There's something else on the other side, and I'm grateful for all that learning that I've done over the years, and also for the songs about the heartbreak. I'm grateful for that toxic relationship, because now she made me a millionaire, so I can't be too mad at her anymore. You know what I mean? So.
You're gonna be a dad any second now, right? Are you nervous? You excited? What are your feelings? And will you be adding ink for baby boy?
Oh yeah, certainly I will be adding for him. But I think you gotta wait a little while till he starts getting features, because if you just put a baby on you, they sometimes just look like a baby. Which I'm sure somebody would assume.
Baby's that?
My buddy back there earlier, he had his baby, and of course you assume it's his baby, not just a random baby on his arm. But my biggest fear currently in life is just that when it comes to children, it's so scary, because we as kids, when we were growing up, our parents were able to shelter us from certain harsh truths and harsh realities, and nowadays they're exposed to everything all at once, and there's not much you can do about it other than, I guess, talk to them like they're an adult at 2 years old, and tell them this is what it is, bud. I just want to give him the tools and hope that he's, emotional intelligence. That's all I need. I just keep him alive and give him some intelligence. You know what I mean? That's all I can do.
I think he's going to get a lot of that from you.
I hope so.
Congrats on all the success, man. I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you, man.
Oh, that's cool. Good stuff there, Devo.
Yeah, he's such a good dude, man. And what a show that he put on. I got so many messages from people after I posted our photos saying just like he is incredible. And congrats on his girlfriend Rach. She's due like literally any moment.
And he's on tour.
And he's on tour. He's taking a month off after a couple more shows, and then he'll be off for the month of June to spend time and celebrating the birth of his baby boy. So congrats to them.
Hopefully he's there for it. So cool. Okay.